get the... Hi, how are you? Hi, you fucks. Welcome to my humble abode. I'm, I'm like, I'm trying to get my sitting position correct, and you ever just have one of those mornings where it just doesn't quite want to go in? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's one of the mornings where it just doesn't quite want to go in. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Ron. Good morning, Don. Hello, everyone. How the hell are you? Collectively, I call you fucks. Welcome, you fucks. I'll probably have to tell that story again at some point for all the newcomers. Anyways, hello. It's Morning Coffee with John Solo, where I talk about everything I want to talk about, and I really have no agenda, even though I secretly kind of do. Been doing this thing, excuse me. For the last month, I've been doing this thing where I've actually laid out a plan of what I want to talk about, and it's working kind of... It's amazing what, like, planning what you want to talk about actually does. I never tried that. Really, like for the last 2 years, most of the videos that we do here, I have no plan. Good morning, Ethan. Hey, Betty. Hey, Tina. I'm like, all right, I'm going to be on video for a half hour. Let's be entertaining. Go. It normally works out pretty well for me, but anyways, yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff coming on here. I'm a fuck, you're a fuck, everyone wants to be a fucker too. Yay. I'm gonna start rolling through this planned agenda that I have and telling you all about it. But before I even get into that, I want to say thanks to all the brigadiers this week. Y'all know who you are. I've really leaned on the group this week really heavy, and I appreciate you being there for me. It's been an odd week, and we'll get into all that. But first, I have to share this. Y'all remember B.A. Tortuga came on a few weeks ago and I talked to the beard. And before that, her lovely wife, Julia Talbot, came on. So I mentioned to B.A. Tortuga that when we were in Albuquerque a couple of years ago for GRL, that my lovely wife, Jody, fell in love with green chili sauce. And I kind of did too. It's pretty good shit. So she reaches out to me and she says, hey, you know, if you give me your address, I'll be happy to send you. I can't even do B.A. Tortuga's accent. It's way more authentic than I can do. But she implied that she would send this, and this is what she sent. Suddenly, from B.A. and Julia, we got a lovely Christmas card with their dogs and a bunch of green chili from Albuquerque, the New Mexico area there. Just wonderful. Thank you so much. I love you guys to death. To address this too, this actually came separately from the P.O. Box. I've not been to the P.O. Box. There's stuff there waiting at the P.O. Box. I know that, little Alyssa Grambling sent me something. I think Cheryl sent me some stuff, and I think some other brigadiers have as well. There are Christmas cards in there. Some of my clients. I haven't been to it because I suck. But really, I've just been kind of hiding all week, and we'll get to that in a minute. Secondly, Victoria Sue, our other favorite Brit, was on a couple weeks ago. We did a Mad Lib thing, and Victoria Sue is trying to explain to me what Yorkshire pudding is. Excuse me, I have a motorcycle. What Yorkshire pudding is. Now, I did not understand this to the point where I didn't even do a video intro. We were still talking about it as the video started to go live, and I just continued on with it because I didn't understand. To this day, no Brit has been able to actually tell me what Yorkshire pudding is. They have this disconnect that happens where they try and explain to me what it is, but nobody tells me what goes in it. They're like, well, it's kind of a pudding cup, but pudding is really blood pudding or sausages. How can sausages be pudding, by the way? I don't really understand that. And it's not really a pancake, but it is a pancake, and you fluff it up in the middle, but you have to close the oven and keep it closed at all times. Do not open that oven. Don't open it. This is the description that I get. So my lovely wife, Jody, decided to look up a recipe, and she was like the same thing. She's like, nobody tells you what to put in it. But they all put shit in it. It's very mysterious, this Yorkshire pudding thing. So we tried it. Well, Jody tried it, and then I ate it. She did too, to be fair. And it turns out it's a fucking biscuit. Okay, now this is one of the problems you get into when a Brit describes these things to you. A biscuit is a cookie. It's not a cookie, mother. It's a fig Newton. So it's a fucking biscuit, and there's butter and eggs in the biscuits, right? To actually make the biscuits themselves. Then you put some butter in the top of it, and and then you eat it. So it's a biscuit. It's like a hollowed out biscuit is all it is. That's all it fucking is. Yorkshire pudding. I got it down now. I have no idea what the pudding part of it is. I think you can put anything in there. Anything you want. You could put pudding in there, I guess. You want some vanilla pudding to put in there? I don't know. But that's all it is. And it tasted as good as a biscuit tastes, I guess. So we did that this week, and that was fun. Next. Now, this is special to me, and I'm proud of it, so I'm going to share it with you. Some people already know about this. Some of the brigadiers that hang out in Discord have kind of shared these. But I'm going to go full screen here for a second. This is the lighting from last week. Now, I've been learning a lot about lighting. Notice that my mouth isn't moving. That's because this is a picture on the screen. This is not me live on the screen right now. It's a picture. Now, I want you to observe a couple things about it. And this is the crazy shit that I do to try and improve my brand, okay? I want to have professional looking lighting, but I didn't know anything about professional lighting. This, by the way, is far better than what it used to be. Turns out that there's something called 3-point lighting, and it's where you have a light on the right-hand side of your face, and that is the key light. That's the main light. That lights up your face. Right now, that's what's making my face all white. Looks like I'm going to die. Then there's another light on the left side of your face, and that's called a wash light or a fill light. And that kind of fills in the shadows. And then there's supposed to be a third light behind you, and that's called a backlight. And that kind of separates your body and your bald head from the rest of the background to give it some texture. Well, excuse me, I'm going to belch. Obviously, in this first picture, good morning, Victoria Sue. Hey, Victoria, check us out. We made Yorkshire pudding. Let me go back here for a second. We made Yorkshire pudding, and it's just a fucking biscuit. It's all it is. It's a biscuit, and then you put whatever you want in it. You're gonna have to go back and watch the beginning of this where I explain it. But yeah, there's that. So it's a fucking biscuit with a hollow part in it. That's all. We looked it up online and we made it. It's a biscuit with a hollow thing in the middle, and you can put whatever you want in it. I don't know what the big deal is. None of y'all Brits would tell me what it was. It's like some sort of national treasure secret or something. I don't know. Anyways, let me get back to this lighting thing here. So this is before, right? I had 2 of the 3 lights. I didn't have the backlight in this one. I had 2 of the three lights here. Then this is after. This is with a proper, a tungsten. That's more of a yellowish light instead of the white blaring, make my skin look like I'm a zombie light on the key light. Then a wash light turned down even lower, also tungsten, kind of a yellowish kind of light. It looks a lot more natural. And then a backlight. Notice that kind of purplish pinkish light glow in there, which separates my body. So I'm going to go back here. Got that? Then we got that. That. Then we got that. Then we got Yorkshire pudding. Then we got that. Then we got that. It's a pretty amazing difference, isn't it? I mean, I am very proud of myself for this. So that's the first one that I'm going to show you. Now the second one, and this one, Charlotte, I don't know, as a Brit, you should have fucking told me what it was, but it was a mystery. Victoria Sue tried to tell me what this was for like 20 minutes, and I was still confused. I don't think that Brits actually know what it is. She's like, what you do is you take a biscuit and you put it in the oven. It has to be very hot it has to be. And then you shut the oven door. Don't open it. Do not open the oven door. You will go to hell if you open the oven door. And then it's done. I'm like, well, what's in it? It's blood sausages. That's pudding? Well, yes. It's very mysterious. I didn't understand a word of it. So we looked it up online and we came up with that. This is a proper Yorkshire pudding, I believe. I don't no. See, here's the first disconnect. And this is where, yeah, there were pancakes mentioned. And this is where the problem comes in. You dunk biscuits in tea because y'all don't call cookies cookies. You call them biscuits. Biscuits are not cookies. We need We exactly, Victoria. You mean toad in the hole? Jesus Christ. No wonder. No wonder we had to find our own continent. You can't even get a proper cookie. And I love you all. You're some of my favorite people in the world. But you don't even know what a cookie is. So the next one here. This is how the booth looked about a week ago. And it's not horrible. It's not bad by any means. You can see, I mean, the worst part of it is me in there. The lighting isn't too awful bad. But again, notice that the pallor on my skin, it looks like I'm perhaps a zombie, or perhaps well, let's be honest. It looks like I'm maybe recovering from some sort of chemotherapy or radio. I mean, and it could be the lack of hair. I don't know, but it's the lighting is not flattering. Let's just say that. Okay. So this is the improved look. Now, mind you, I was not stoned in this picture. I mean, I haven't been stoned in like 5 years, but, when I snapped the picture, it was not the most ideal set. I wasn't feeling the greatest as far as that goes, but the difference between, let's pay attention to the lighting and not the look on my face. All right. So before, after, before, after, look at that. It's night and day, literally a night and day difference between the two. And this is one of the things I'm very proud of. What I've been trying to do here is make a professional looking environment, right? So when people watch the videos, they're not just like, well, okay, he's an asshole, which they're probably, to be fair, they're probably going to do anyways. But I mean, he's kind of a funny asshole. I get that sometimes. That's a funny asshole. I'm funny looking. But also that it's a professional setup as we go into the next year. I've been working all year long trying to make these improvements, and it's very important to me. And I realize people are like, people are like, well, you're an audiobook narrator. What the fuck does the video matter? It does to me. All right. It's important to me, but we do so many videos in here, and I want it to look professional. I want it to look pleasing. And as people that have been hanging around here for a while, there's 1,200 of you fuckers. I figure you probably deserve my best. If I can possibly improve this setup, awesome. And I think it's getting better. So after that, I've kind of alluded to this over the course of the week. This is what's been happening in my life this week. So I've been working on quitting vaping. You guys have heard me talk about this for about a year now, somewhere in there. I quit smoking cigarettes full time about 3 years ago, and I went to vaping. And one would think, as a voice actor, John, that's probably not a good idea. Well, you're right, it's not. But I'm an alcoholic and an addict. I can get addicted to anything. And nicotine is fucking addictive. It is the devil. So I've vaped pretty solid for a few years. Anybody that's seen me out in the world, in the wild, you might say, at a convention and such, will notice that like occasionally I just lean over. I don't care where I am, at a restaurant, in a convention hall, doesn't matter. I'll lean over. I've gotten so good at it, I won't even exhale it. Like, I don't even exhale the smoke. I did not inhale. Well, I didn't exhale. That's how good I was at it. I was a fucking pro. I've been fighting this for a while, and I don't know what it was. I just finally got a wild hair up my crazy looking ass, and I decided that we're doing it. So Monday, the 13th was my last day. I threw out the fucking vape. And I mean, to be fair, it kind of broke too, but I still could have made it work. But I threw it out, and thus ensued the vaping war. Yeah, Betty, Hell Week is right. Monday actually wasn't that horrible. Tuesday, not as bad as I would think. Wednesday fucking sucked ass. Sucked big, hairy donkey ass. It sucked. From Wednesday until about, what was yesterday? Friday? Friday. I was pretty much curled up in a fetal position under the covers. Just like I pulled up a bunch of comedy videos on YouTube and just let them run in the background, and I would doze in and out of sleep basically for several days. And it wasn't just the physical withdrawals, and there are those. There are. And trust me, I've quit cocaine. I had a cocaine addiction. I've quit alcohol. That was really serious. That could have fucking killed me. The DTs and all that shit. This is worse. This sucks. It sucks. And it's just like, okay, quitting blow, after a few days, like it gets better. You go through a few days of hell and it just feels like there's something missing all the time. And then I get distracted. Now I'm talking not necessarily completely, but mostly in past tense at this point. So I guess it was yesterday. Um, well, here's my shot of it. I wanted to talk about Friends, and this was the shot that I came up with. Because anytime you can put up a dog and a cat on the screen together, people tend to like it. But truly, first off, I had a very close friend reach out to me and kicked me in my ass, which is exactly what I needed. I could not find the motivation to get out of bed, literally. That's me talking. You guys know me. I don't do depression. I'm not a pretty happy guy. I couldn't find the motivation to fucking move. I just couldn't. Like, I was scared. I was scared if I came out from one of those covers, I was going to fail. And I was very... So a friend kicked me in the ass, and that's exactly what I needed. And thank you so much. And then the rest of my friends picked me up. That's what this group does for me. I love you all to death. Really, you all mean the world to me. And not just... I mean, there's a group of the Brigadiers, a very close group of friends that hang out in Discord with me every day, and all of you are welcome. If you're in this group, 1,200 of my closest friends, if you're in here, you're welcome in Discord. If you're looking for a group of people that are non-judgmental, that will pick you up when you need it, I mean, yeah, you got to go through some effort. You got to get in Discord. There's a little bit of a technical curve there. And then you got to say your name and shit. But pretty soon you discover that this is a group of wonderful people. And they're fantastic to me. Thank you. I needed it. I needed the picking up yesterday, and today I'm starting small. I haven't meditated in 2 days. I haven't done yoga in 2 days, 3 days, I guess now, somewhere in there. I haven't been to a meeting in several days. But starting small today. We're doing this morning coffee video. I'm going to eat something here in a bit. Then I'm going to do some editing. Then I'm going to get in the booth. And we're working on Anna Bird's book today. And we're going to do that. We'll edit tonight, and we'll go from there. 1 minute at a time, 1 second at a time. We're going to get back to normal. Normal without the vaping, which is good. Now, the professional improvements that happen with this, for one, it's obviously had a very good effect on my voice. That being said, I'm chewing a shit ton of gum. But my voice is clearing, slowly but surely. Ron had mentioned that I might not have my sexy, dulcet smoker tones. I'm betting I fucking will. And yes, I still have coffee. Thank you very much for that, Shane. Honestly, I'm not saying that I'm never going to have nicotine again. I'm just not. I've got a fucking nicotine patch on right now, and I got a piece of nicotine gum in my mouth. What I am saying is I'm not vaping. I'm not doing this full time anymore. It ain't fucking happening. I don't think I'm the kind of guy that could ever pick up a vape again at all. That was a problem for me. So that's where we're at. Next, and again, thank you all. This is me and my lovely wife 1 year ago today. It was actually yesterday. We went to the Renaissance Festival, and they don't really do a true Renaissance Festival in the winter here, but what they do is like a Christmas holiday display. We were supposed to go this year again, but the weather has been kind of like there's no snow, and it's just kind of rainy, wet, and cold. The worst weather ever is like in between 35 degrees and 40 degrees and raining. And that's what it is right now with a wind. That sucks. Like, that's no fun at all. Now, if you drop it 10 degrees, give me the wind. I don't fucking care. You give me the wind and some snow. Fantastic. Drop it 10 degrees and give me snow, and then suddenly it's gorgeous. And then it's fun. So we were going to go again this year, and we did not. And that's just simply because it's nasty out. But our plans this year for Christmas are quite simple. We are getting the hell out of Dodge. We're packing up the dogs, and we're going to a cabin at a lodge for a couple days. We're leaving on the 24th. We're going to be back on the 26th. The kids are coming over to guard the house for us to make sure that nobody invades or anything like that. They're bringing their dogs. And we're going to go do our thing for a couple days. So that is the plan. Good morning, Cher. We're going to be off. Hey, Trace, we're going to be off on the 24th to the 26th, just so you know. We're going to be off for that. Finally, to wrap up this portion of the show, as you all know, tomorrow we're not doing a talk to the beard. We're doing a talk to the bird. This is a very special segment. We did this last year, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I think the crowd maybe enjoyed it a bit more than me. And the whole idea is my best friend Anna Bird comes in and hosts the show. I'm the guest, and everybody in the crowd has submitted apparently questions that they want to ask me. I saw some people taking great delight in this, by the way. Little Patty Logan, I'm talking to you. They're going to ask questions, so Anna Bird will be your voice. She will ask the questions. I was trying to get a graphic for this, and I reached out to Anna Bird, and I got this in return. Talk to the bird. Okay, to be fair, she didn't actually send that to me, but it seemed like something she would send to me. So I put it up. There's our Talk to the Bird graphic. I like it. So we got that going on tomorrow night at 5 p.m. If you can possibly be here live for that. Did Victoria Sue just say Boxing Day? What is I don't understand. Do y'all beat the shit out of each other on Christmas? Is that the idea? Do you wear gloves or is there no gloves? You just hello, it's Boxing Day. And you beat the crap out. Y'all are strange, all right? I love you, but you're strange. So we've got that coming up tomorrow. Now, for this last week, we finished up Never Stay Gone by Tal fucking Bauer. This, every time I finish a Tal book, I go through the same pattern, all right? I have some sort of big epiphany in my life, which amazingly enough, my epiphany this time around was that I'm going to quit vaping, which one of his characters quit smoking in there. I wonder if that has something to do with it. If it did, fuck you, Tal Bauer. But it worked, you motherfucker. Then I always have an emotional breakdown afterwards, which in fact happened. It's funny, you should call an alcoholic and an addict stable, but I kind of am. I mean, I don't really have, but every time I finish a Tal Bauer book, when the servants were given peasants, did they give the servants peasants? Is that how that works? That's convenient. I want a peasant. I am kind of a servant. Can I have a peasant? Give me 2. I would like 2 peasants, please. Bring them to my room. Oh, presents. I'm sorry about that. So I always have a big epiphany after a Tal Bauer book. Then I have an emotional breakdown, which had happened. I curled up in a fetal position and was pretty much a pile of mashed potatoes for a couple days. And the book is fantastic. I have no idea when it's going to come out. I've submitted it to ACX. Stop looking at me, Swan. Right now, we are working on The 12 Days of Gay by my best friend, Anna Bird. It's the backstory for this. It's the ultimate matchmaker. Aunt Rosie is at it again. It's uproarious. That's a hard word. It's uproariously funny. It's criminally inappropriate, and it's educational. Because now I'm kind of concerned I'm going to break my dick. And I don't even use it very often. But now I didn't know you could break a dick until she told me, and now I know, and now I'm scared. Next, we have coming up the Dragon Scholar. We kind of slid Anna Bird's book in between Tal's and the Dragon Scholar because, frankly, anytime Anna Bird asks me to slide it in, I'm going to do it. But this one, the Dragon Scholar, Dragon Horde Book 1 by Julia Talbot. And it's also, she has another pseudonym, but she kind of uses both on this. Minerva Horde, I'm not sure, but I call her Julia. And this one is now with 2 times more food and sex, and cute children get eaten by dragons. And finally, In the Wings. And I typed this up and I'm going to read it. This is actually going to sound like I'm reading it. I'm pretty good at sounding like I'm not reading shit, but I know I'm going to sound like I'm reading this because otherwise I'm going to get it wrong. Honestly, I'm not sure what we're working on next. We have quite a few things that are ready to go, and I haven't made a decision yet. But let me just say this: 2021 has been a fantastic year. If it sounds like I'm wrapping up, it's because I don't think I'm doing a morning coffee next week, because I think I'm going to be out of town. 2022 is looking to be even better. We brought on some new clients to add to our already wonderful stable of authors, and I can't wait to tell their stories. So, coming up in no particular order, we're going to be working with Nora Phoenix, Lynn Van Dorn, Casey Wells, Anna Ashley, Tal Bauer, AJ Llewellyn, Anna Bird, Denise Brown, Kenobi's widow, Little Patty Logan, E.M. Lindsay, Kiki Clark, the name that's fun to wear on your face, Victoria Sue, our other favorite Brit, Julia Talbot, Mortician Knight, B.A. Tortuga, M.A. Grant, Ro Horvat, and there's more. That's just to name a few of them. We'll be adding to our video collections. We're going to be playing fun games and generally being the best hive of fuckery that we can be. Here's to 2022. I want to wrap up by saying to all of you, the Brigadiers, everybody else in the group, and please, by all means, come into Discord with us sometime too. It's a lot of fun. Thank you all. I've leaned on you so hard this year, and y'all have not failed me. You've been some of the best group of friends that a guy could possibly have. I love y'all to death. Merry fucking Christmas. I will see you tomorrow for Talk to the Bird. Love you, fucks.